She asked what I was drinking and I told her a simple double shot of Hennessy because I'm a simple guy. She replied, only broke niggas still drink Hennessy. Let me paint a quick picture. I was playing pro ball overseas until my ex-wife cheated on me, filed for divorce, took the house, and left me with our twin daughters. Damn. A moment of silence for that brother because that is a lot. I was playing pro ball overseas until my ex-wife cheated on me, filed for divorce, took the house, and left me with our twin daughters. So I was not only down and out, but hesitant to date when I finally got back on my feet in a major way. One of my teammates back from college introduced me to this girl and her best friend. Her best friend had a little attitude, but against my better judgment and the fact that I was hypnotized by light brown eyes and thick thighs, I went in for it. I get it. I gave her my number and we started texting that night. We agreed to go out the next night and I let her pick the place. We picked a time to meet and of course she was 45 minutes late. Why of course? I understand what he means, but why of course she was? Of course she was 45 minutes late. Then she gave me an attitude because I asked why she was late and didn't tell me she was gonna be late. She said money-making females like me aren't clocked by time and we make the time. Did she think that was something? When she said that with confidence, it seems. At this moment, I smiled and decided to finish the drink I ordered before I take off. I feel you. I'd be out too because that's crazy to even say to me. You make the time? All right, let me just head out. She asked what I was drinking and I told her a simple double shot of Hennessy because I'm a simple guy. She replied, only broke niggas still drink Hennessy and I need to set my game up. I laughed. I know that exact laugh. It's not because things are funny. It's I'm so done with this date that I'm over you. I laugh before telling her how much money a person has doesn't really change their personal drink taste. And in that moment, I get a text from one of my daughters and I checked it. The girl I was on a date with laughed out loud because I have an Android. She rudely and loudly said, now I know you're broke as fuck with a weak ass Android. Just leave, brother. At this point, you just gotta go. You just gotta get up from the table and just walk out. You cannot keep taking this. She rudely and loudly said, now I know you're broke as fuck with a weak ass Android. She stood up from the table, put a $100 bill on the table and told the waitress that the money for the food is there and points to the money. Why is she treating you like this? This is crazy. The waitress replies to her, your entire dinner and drinks are comped by the owner, to which she replies that she doesn't know the owner, but I would like to thank him. To which the waitress then points to me and says, he's right there. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt this story is real, because that's a dope ending, but just know I'm skeptical. To which the waitress then points to me and says, he's right there. She looked at me with a shocked look on her face, like how can I own this place? I stood up with my bank info open on my Android and told her, Hennessy still tastes the same and Android still work the same when your account looks like this. I gave her back her money and went to my bar for the rest of the night. Like I said, skeptical, but this is dope. That's actually really dope. And she deserved all of that because she was treating you crazy. Let's go back to the top real quick. This is pretty straightforward, but some wild things happen in here. I just want to address them real quick. So one of your teammates from college introduced you to a girl and her best friend. The best friend had a little attitude, which you sensed back then, but you said you were hypnotized by her light brown eyes and her thick thighs. Can I blame you? Not really. So you're going for it. All right, cool. You're texting back and forth, you agree to go on a date, and you let her pick the place, which turns out later to be a place you own. She's 45 minutes late to this date, and when she gets there, she tells you, money-making females like her aren't clocked by time, they make the time. So you smile, you decide to finish your drink because you already decide you're out. And I don't blame you, because that is crazy. She asks what you're drinking a double shot of Hennessy, and she says, niggas who drink Hennessy are broke niggas. Then shortly after, you get a text from one of your daughters and you have an Android phone and she roasts you for having an Android. To the point she loudly says, now I know you're broke because you have an Android. For some reason, I feel like she follows Justin LeBoy on Instagram. Something just tells me she definitely follows Justin LeBoy. Apparently the Android is what set her up because she decides to stand up, throw $100 on the table and try to leave on you. And when the waitress comes, she actually ends up telling her that you actually own the place and everything was comped. And somehow the story took a turn and ended like a Disney movie. I believe you. I'm just skeptical. All jokes aside, thank you for submitting your story. We definitely need more dates from guys, so keep sending dates, guys. They're always hilarious. Jokes on her. Well done, keep your composure. But I'm glad things turned around for you. I mean, a little bit. Maybe not in the dating world, but in your life. After your wife cheated on you, filed for divorce, took the house, and left you with your twin daughters. Your twin daughters have a great father.
Hey, you know what? I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, You got the flags right there. You had all them red flags showing themselves right in front of you, but you didn't want to listen. You didn't want to follow them, eh? Yeah, this is what you get. Like, first things first, this woman, who does she think she is? She's showing up to this date late, and she telling you like, yeah, money making women like me, whatever, make their time. Like, what is she talking about? You know, it's not even about that. It's about simple respect, right? There was an agreed time between you two, and that time should be honored amongst both of you. Doesn't matter who's making money, who's not, who's broke, who's not, who's a man, who's a woman. Both of you need to honor that set time, and both of you need to show up. So I mean, I don't know what she's talking about. What is she talking about? And another part here is like, how is it in the world is she judging you based on the drink you're drinking? Let's talk about that. Like, she's judging you based on your double tequila, whatever you drink. That's ridiculous. And she's assuming you're poor, you're broke because of that drink. Bro, I don't know why your ass is still actually sitting there. You should have left a long time ago, bro. Your ass must love getting these feedback from her. Your ass must actually love being around her, this type of energy for you to entertain it for this long, you know. And then she ends up making fun of your phone, your Android phone. I don't even know. Like, at that point, I don't even know what's the point of you still sitting there. I would have lost my mind. I would have actually lost attraction. I would have left, bro. I would have been like, you know what? I've had enough. I'm out of here. Ain't no way I'm entertaining this. Like, what were you still hoping to get out of this? Were you still hoping to get a set of action, or was it those thighs? Those thighs was the ones keeping you around, eh? You dirty dog. God, that must have been down bad, eh? But you know what? I actually love the ending of this. The ending is actually really nice. Even though, I don't know, it sounds like a little bit of a script. It sounds like some Hollywood script here. Like, what? Turns out this is your restaurant you all went to. Like, what? Yeah. Sounds too good to be true, but I hope it is true, you know? And she been bashing you this whole time. She been rudely, unapologetically bashing you. And then in the end, she even slams $100 bill to try and flex on you that she got money like that. Up until the bartender tells her the tab's been paid by the owner. And she's like, who's the owner? Turns out you were the owner all along. She was shit talking the owner all along. But hey, I got a question for you. I bet you she started chasing your ass after this. I bet you she was like, you know what, I was only joking. I bet you she was trying to get to know you now. I bet you she changed that attitude real quick once she learned that. You know, once she found out you own this little bar or whatever, I bet you she switched up. It went from 100 to 0. Alright, it went from 0 to 100 real quick. No. It went from 100 to 0. 100 to 0, I'd say. Nah, screw that. It went 180 degrees. How about that? 180 degrees. She started behaving. She probably was like, you know what? I'm actually interested in you. Matter of fact, even if you weren't her type, you would have probably been her type at this point. She bashing your little Android. Meanwhile, your little Android's the one, you know, freaking bringing in the money. Is the one responsible for taking care of all these businesses, for taking care of this business you got going on. That's crazy, but I love the ending, man. You know, I feel like it's made up though. I don't know. For some reason, I'm getting that feeling. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm hoping it is.
No, I'm not the only girl that goes through this, because literally all of my friends have had this experience. But why is it when you talk to men, they try to like put you on music like you've never fucking heard a song ever in your life? Like, bro, they'll be talking about like, what do you know about this song? And it's fucking Break from Toronto. Like, bitch, I'll fucking pepper spray you in the eyes right now. Like, are you good? They always be like, let me put you on, I'll put you on right now. And it's fucking, do you believe me if I said I'm in love, baby? I want you, I want me. Like, shut the fuck up, I'm a fucking girl. Of course I know this song. And girl, when you say that you know the song, they just start playing random shit. Like, shit that no one fucking listens to. Like, literally not a single person on this earth enjoys this song. Like, I don't believe anyone enjoys this fucking song. It's like Fart featuring P. Like, are you serious? Or when you play a song that they know, like, they're always like, oh, who put you on this? What do you know about this? Like, who showed you this? Who showed you this? Who are you talking to before this? Shut up. Like, bitch, Discover Weekly on Spotify.
The other day I gave my man my phone and I unlocked it and gave it to him, and he literally locked it back and just looked at me, and I was like, what the fuck, why would you do that? And then I fucking remembered. One time I was on his street talking to my homeboy, who just so happened to be like a 6-foot dreadhead D1 football player. Right. I look to my left and I see my fucking man, and I don't think nothing of it because it's like, oh, this is my homeboy and that's my man. So I say, hey, My man looked down and he kept fucking walking. He didn't talk to me for 2 weeks after that. I was like, okay. Then one day I was on the train and I see a dude I know. I'm like, oh my God, I have never met you in real life, but I know you off the internet. And we're talking. And then we get off at the same stop. And we're like, oh, what a quinky dink. We're walking in the same direction. As we're walking out the train station, I see my man. He looks at me. I look at him. I say, hey. And then he starts dying laughing. I don't think anything was fucking funny. And I kid you not, all of this shit happened in the span of 2 fucking months. 2 fucking months, right? And then when we first started fucking with each other, I kid you not, one time he grabbed my phone while it was unlocked. I wasn't cheating at the time, but I kid you not, I dove off my bed, banged my head on the floor, and I was like, yeah, you're not fucking getting this. And yeah, I could see why he would not want to see my phone unlocked.
First of all, was it just me or did anybody else caught that key phrase? She said I wasn't cheating at the time, quotation marks. I mean, she cheats then on a regular basis, just not at that time. And another thing is like, yo, she that friendly girlfriend, eh? She that friendly girlfriend, bro. You already know her boyfriend, he probably got his heart beating. The moment that you unlock your phone and give it to him, his heart is beating. He don't want to see what's in that phone because he already know what he gonna find, bro. He already know what kind of person you are. Like, especially since you're all friendly and all with all these men's out here like that. Damn, he's not prepared for it. He's not ready for it. He don't want his peace disturbed. That's why he don't care. That's why he shut off that phone quick times before he seen anything, you know. Man, oh man. Plus, like, why is he even still with you? Like, if you're doing all of this, like, clearly he's bothered by it, but he must be down bad.
Some girl in my city went missing, and they posted 2 pictures of her. Do you know how mad I would be if they had to post my catfish pic? And then what I actually look like? Bitch, that's not the same person! What kind of black magic is this? I've been doing the math on this. That is not the same person. Dude, if someone posted that shit of me, I literally would not go home. The government does not care about this bitch. They just publicly outed her in front of, like, everyone. Of course she's never gonna come home. I can kind of relate. One time I was going live, and I had a beauty filter on to make my face look skinnier. And my dad came in while I was going live, and he went in front of everyone. Bodie, do you have a fucking beauty filter on? Fuck you, Dad. No. Fuck, mind your business. I had to block every single person on that live that day. There were 200 people. I had to block 200 different people, track them down, and make them sign a fucking NDA. You cannot tell anyone about that moment. Fuck that shit. I just realized that girl is in fact missing. So if anyone sees her, please, any form of her, any version of her, let me know. Let somebody know. There's a lot of different versions. Fuck, I can't be joking.
I'm ready to tell you guys about the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me on a date ever. And enough time has passed that I don't think the guy that I went on a date with would ever recognize me or remember this. Hopefully. Let's keep it that way, guys. I went on a date with this guy that I met on Hinge. He got straight to the point. I was like, hey, let me take you out. I was like, hell yeah, I love a man that gets straight to the point. Let's go. He made all the plans. He told me to meet him for dinner. Boom, done. We got to the date. At first, I wasn't attracted to him based off of what I saw on Hinge. But it was such a great date. Like, I didn't realize how attractive a man could be based off his, like, mannerisms. He treated me so well on that dinner date. Like he was just so polite and such a gentleman. Dinner ended, and we were heading back to our cars. And as he was walking me to my car, I was like, we should continue doing something. Like, we should go get drinks or something. And he was like, okay, let's go to a bar. I should have gone home, but I didn't. Because we go to this bar, we meet his friends there. The bartender, she is like super attracted to me. And she keeps telling him, like, I'm going to steal your girl. So she's giving us free drinks. Like, at one point she gave us these green tea shots that literally were the color black. And after that, I don't remember a thing. After that shot, all I remember was waking up face down on grass with throw up all over my hair, all over my shirt, everywhere. And I was asking him to get me an Uber home. And him and his friends were, like, around me. I just remember, like, looking around, and they were, like, standing around me. And he's like, I can't get you an Uber because if you throw up in an Uber, you're going to get banned. And I was like, I don't care. Like, I was yelling, like, get me home. And I was just throwing up everywhere. I was in and out of it. So apparently he said I fell asleep for, like, 45 minutes out on his front lawn, and he was trying to get me inside the house. So they literally had to sit out there while I slept and watch me sleep for a little bit. It was so embarrassing, guys. So at one point he grabs me to try to bring me inside, and I'm like on all fours, right, on the floor, and he grabs me from behind, and he kind of like grabs me from where my stomach is and like pulls me up. Guys, I freaking farted on him. I sobered up so quick in that split second, and then I went back to being drunk. But he got quiet. I just remember, like, I farted on him, and then it just got quiet, and then he proceeded to try to bring me inside. Somehow he dragged me into the house. I ended up falling asleep on the floor, and he was like begging me to get on his bed, and I was like, no, like, leave me alone. I threw up on his carpet. It was just chaos. Somehow he got me to get on his bed. I woke up at 7 in the morning with his arm around me, wrapped up around me, and I smelled like throw up. It was the most disgusting thing ever. I quietly, like, I found my phone, I quietly ordered an Uber, and I, like, went home. And I messaged him on Hinge, and I was like, I'm so sorry, this is so embarrassing. And then a few minutes later, he texts me, and he's like, I think you forgot you gave me your phone number last night. Guys, he's like, you don't have to be embarrassed. I want to see you again. It was the most awful thing ever. His name was Cole. He was such a cute guy. Like, he was this white boy, such a gentleman. I don't know what happened. I think I was just so embarrassed over what had happened that I couldn't be confident around him because he had seen too much, and that was like the lowest I could ever. I've never done that. I don't know why that would happen. I think somebody might have roofied me that green tea shot. I'm sure there was something in there that I did not approve of. But if you guys know a Cole that lives in Arizona, don't tell him about this video.
Hey, yo, that is hella embarrassing. But you know what? He a real one for sticking it through, for being with you, even though you were like this. He a real one for that. Damn, man, he sounds like a good guy, man. Too good to be true, bro. Like, if it was any other man out there, the moment they hear that, man, they gone. That's it. They're bolting, bro, because you know, man, right? Men don't believe that women fart. No, we don't believe that shit. So you already know he's gone. But you know, this guy, man, is a gentleman. What a sweetheart, bro. Like, you know, matter of fact, yo, look at that. Like, at the end of the day, you still ghosted him, even though he did all this, bro. He didn't want you, first of all, to get your Uber account blacklisted. Second of all, he brought you to his lawn and you threw up all over it, and you threw up inside his house and in his bed, and then you farted in his face, like, and he was still trying to get to know you, still trying to talk to you, and he's still like trying to keep tabs with you, man. He was that interested in you. That's a real one right there. That's a husband material. I don't know what you're thinking. Like, even so, like, if you got a man who's gonna accept you at your worst like this, you should actually stick it through with him, because you already know he's gonna be there through the good and the bad times. But you little ego, you're too embarrassed. You don't want to end up with him. Oh my god. You know what's funny though? At some point in your life, once you find your husband, or you know, you already got the ring and all, your husband's gonna end up seeing this. He's gonna end up experiencing this, regardless whether it's embarrassing or not. He's gonna see you inside out. He's gonna see you left, right, center, your good days, your bad days, your worst days. He's gonna see that. He's gonna be around that. So I mean, why not cut to the chase? You know, we already exposed this man right to it before even getting the ring, so might as well have sticking it out with him. You know, I don't know. I feel like you messed up on a call. Anyways, yo, that's a video, guys. Yo, let's talk about that video. I want you guys to comment about the first story about that guy that he broke up with his ex-wife, whatever, and he went on a date with that girl with fake thighs and I guess brown eyes or whatever, and she was disrespecting that out of him right on that date. Not only showing up late, but bashing what he's drinking, what kind of phone he had, up until the very end when she got it thrown right on her face after she found out who owned that restaurant. Comment down below about that. How would you guys handle that? Would you guys still stick it through as well, or would you guys bounce? You know, do you think the way he handled it was properly or what? Let me know what you guys think. Alright, I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Alright, like, subscribe, comment, peace.